Well, I think you have to constantly revive brands, if I'm completely honest. And I think we hadn't done a big reset for a very long time. I think also one thing that I talked about is I think when you consider that Cosmopolitan's audience is essentially millennials, I think a 22-year-old woman now is very, very different to a millennial woman kind of 10 years ago. I mean, I was going to say when I was 22, that's longer than 10 years ago. So you have to move with the times, and it was just ready for a shake-up. It was great what we were doing before, but we knew that attitudes and behaviours were changing, and we also knew that there was a lot of competition out there. You know, you can't sit back and ignore the fact that there's a lot of really good quality content for free out there now. So it was just time to do, okay, we have to get this magazine back at #1. What's it going to take? So Snapchat, actually all our platforms are incredibly important. Facebook is probably our most important, but Snapchat is certainly gaining momentum, and it's our kind of flashiest new platform. What we do, we are on Snapchat Discover, incredibly popular on there, and essentially it's a mini magazine, it's a mini Cosmopolitan that you get every day, goes up 11 o'clock, and it's 14 snaps, and those snaps, they focus on, they're slightly different to the magazine, but they all have taste of the magazine. So you'll have something funny, you might have an observation about a top knot, it might be a picture of the dream top knot, then it might be a kind of funny picture of Will Ferrell or someone, and that will say, here's the reality of what it looks like. You will have a long read, so it might be about how Instagram is changing the way we see beauty. So it's a real mix of kind of serious listicles and just funny things which kind of put a smile on your face. And what it is it's a taste of Cosmopolitan to people that either have never read the magazine before, or most of the time for people who just don't have a lot of time, and if it takes 4 minutes to read it beginning to end. It's not a lot to ask from people to engage with your brand every single day. We've definitely noticed a conversion from those people who are consuming Cosmopolitan on Snapchat, who are then picking up the magazine, and also not just the magazine, who are coming to our events. The events are a really interesting space for us because you get to really engage with the readers, and certainly anecdotally, younger readers actually, so we're talking kind of 18 to 24 that I've met, a lot of them, interestingly, have first discovered us on Snapchat and then have obviously loved the brand so much that they've spent money to actually come to an event, to engage with the Cosmopolitan team, and also to actually pick up the magazine. Yeah, well, you can sell advertising on Snapchat, basically. Obviously, Snapchat sell on your behalf, but also Hearst will sell as well. So it's just an extra revenue stream. The beauty of it is that advertising on Snapchat is very bespoke. It's vertical videos. And Snapchat, which I wholeheartedly agree with, they really like something different. They really like kind of cool videos, beautiful visuals. So it works really well, actually, with the editorial that we're doing. No, I don't think we are targeting a younger demographic with our content through having a platform on Snapchat, actually. Of course, the reality is Snapchat, there are a lot of younger men and women than 16. But you know, with the magazine, there are always going to be, when I was 13, I picked up Cosmopolitan too. So I don't think necessarily that we are, well, I know, we're not going after 13-year-olds, and Cosmopolitan never really was. But the honest answer is we all know that magazines which are aimed at 20-something women, you're going to get a slightly younger audience wanting to be part of that conversation as well. I think as an editor, you would be crazy not to want to meet your audience. Your audience is everything. And the reality is you can only get so much feedback. I mean, in the old days, you would rely on letters from readers. Emails are great, tweets are great. I mean, I get dozens and dozens of tweets every single day, but there's nothing like a one-to-one interaction with someone. And also the reality is, if you are, as an editor, are reaching out and spending time, I always give my card out, and I probably get in trouble for doing it, but I always give my personal card out to all of our readers, because it's a conversation that actually I have to keep going. I'm a 37-year-old woman. I need to know what 20-somethings want, and the best way that I can do that is by essentially inviting them to my party. So the next steps for me as an editor to take Cosmopolitan to the next level are absolutely continue what we're doing with the magazine. I'd like to see more long-form, harder-hitting features. I think the experiential is the most important thing though. I think that interaction with readers is probably what I'll be concentrating mainly on. So you're going to see a lot of really exciting things happening and frequently as well. I think that's the thing. I think 2 events across a year is not enough. I think there needs to be constant interaction with your readership. And bloggers, I should probably mention, we're doing something really exciting with bloggers at the moment, which again, I don't think any journalist can ignore the power of bloggers, and it's how do you work together.
So tomorrow's the last day of the new day, and I'm totally gutted about that. We've obviously worked really hard on it for a long time.